Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. In the previous video, we exposed our application using a service. We saw how a service gives us a stable way to access pods. But now there's an important question. Not all applications are accessed the same way. Some apps are internal only, some need basic external access, some need cloud level load balancing, and some need smart routing using URLs. That's why Kubernetes has different service types. In this video, we will understand why they exist and when to use each one. We will just focus on understanding the concepts. Why Kubernetes has different service types? Remember this, traffic can come from different places. Some traffic comes from inside the cluster. Some comes from outside the cluster. And some outside traffic needs smart routing using URLs. One service type cannot handle all of this. So, Kubernetes gives us multiple service types. So, different access needs, different service types. Quick reminder here, pods are temporary. Pods have changing IPs. Services solve that problem. Now, service types decide how traffic reaches those pods. Let's start with the simplest one. ClusterIP. This is the default service type in Kubernetes. ClusterIP exposes an application only inside the cluster. That means other pods can access it, other services can access it, but not users outside the cluster. No browser access, no internet access. When do we use ClusterIP? ClusterIP is used for internal microservices, backend services, database services, APIs used only by other pods. Remember this, ClusterIP meaning internal traffic only. Now move to NodePort. NodePort exposes the services outside the cluster. It does this by opening a port on every node. You access it using node IP, NodePort. In Docker Desktop or Minikube, this usually means localhost : NodePort, which uses ports in the range of 30,000 to 32,767. You can let Kubernetes auto assign a port or specify one yourself like 3007. So, NodePort, quick external access mainly for testing and learning. NodePort is not commonly used in production. Why? Because ports are hard-coded. No SSL handling, no smart routing, and not cloud native. But it's great for learning. Let's check load balancer. Load balancer is used in cloud environments. When you create a load balancer service, Kubernetes asks the cloud provider to create a load balancer. For example, AWS, Azure or GCP and so on. So what happens behind the scenes? The cloud creates an external load balancer, a public endpoint, and forwards traffic to the service. The service then forwards traffic to pods. Remember this flow: browser to cloud load balancer to service and to pods. When do we use load balancer? Load balancer is used when your app must be accessible from the internet. You are running Kubernetes in the cloud, and when you want a simple production ready setup, we use load balancer. Now the most important concept, Ingress. Ingress is not a service type. Ingress works on top of services. So what problem does Ingress solve? Imagine you have one domain, multiple applications and different paths. For example, app 1 and app 2. You don't want multiple load balancers, multiple external IPs. Ingress solves this. So what Ingress actually does? Ingress receives traffic and checks Ingress rules and forwards traffic to the correct service. Here the key rule is Ingress never talks to pods directly. Ingress to Ingress rules, to services and to pods. Remember this flow. This is the foundation of Ingress. So Ingress does not just expose traffic, it decides where traffic goes. Let's summarize. ClusterIP, internal access only. NodePort, basic external access. Load balancer, cloud external access. Ingress, smart routing using rules. So services expose applications, Ingress routes traffic intelligently. Today we learned why Kubernetes has different service types, what ClusterIP is used for, how NodePort works, how load balancer works in the cloud, why Ingress is used for smart routing. In the next video, we will get hands-on with Ingress. We will write Ingress YAML, define routing rules and see traffic routing live. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video.